Hey YouTube, I'm Sanj. Welcome back to my channel, Sanj Designs, where I'm building a 6-car smart garage. So we put the base coat on for the sand and cement, and now Peter's going to show us how we're going to be doing the final finish plaster coat for the ceilings and the walls. Stay tuned, see how it's done. Okay, so welcome back guys. If I remember in the last video, Pete showed us how to do the sand and cement and also the key. And you can see how much of the garage has actually been done. You can see how the garage is looking. Obviously all the ceiling's been plasterboarded. Done a really good job. Properly overlapped with the right scrim. And also what we've done is we've beaded the edges to make sure you get that strength and durability. So Luke's just finishing that one off. So Pete's here, welcome back to Pete, you saw in the last video. So he's mixing up 2.5 bags of Thistle multi-finish. Just obviously mixed with clean water. And you want a nice sort of almost like a creamy yogurt consistency.
Right. This is the first coat. I do skim in 2 separate coats. It just helps getting a better finish and the desired thickness. That's about it. The only thing you've got to watch on tapered boards, all the colour boards tend to be taper, is just make sure you pack out the taper on the first coat.
Yep. So you can see it's put a little bit extra on those tapered edges. Otherwise, well, I guess it will start to indent, won't it, after a while when it shrinks a bit?
Yeah, then it'll just it'll be a bit of a wavy ceiling if you don't pack it out. Then the next coat will be a little bit wetter, a bit thinner. Once that's dry, Luke will speed skim it across, and the next coat is like the nice coat that goes on, a little bit thinner, and that's the coat you towel up and polish.
Right. So as well as obviously putting the angle bead on the plasterboard, it's important to put the angle bead on any corner, external corner. That's the weak point, and that will just start to crack. So make sure if you're going to do it, do those outside edges as well. Alright, so welcome back. So, here's your base coat. It's been on there for probably over a week now, nice and dry. And also you've got the right key in there. So Pete's going to explain what we do now that's slightly different to your normal plasterboarding. Okay Pete, so what's the first thing we need to make sure about the mix?
We just have to make sure that the first coat of plaster is a little bit thicker than usual, just because we want to cover the sand cement, just maybe a mil or two, just a bit thicker on the first coat. I've run across the sand and cement with a Derby, just to get any of the high spots or a bit of grit or something, just so it's easier to go over. And then it's pretty much exactly the same. Like I said, just a bit thicker on this coat. just to get right in there. Really fill in where I've double floated, and just to make sure that I get a decent coverage on. So when I come to the top, when I come to the second coat of plaster, I can just have that as normal, a bit wetter than this, and that coat should just go on real nice and smooth. So you just got to make sure you get this first coat of plaster a little bit thicker, just so you cover everything.
So that is all of the plastering done. So all of the walls, all of the ceilings, absolutely loving the vaulted ceiling bit. What a fantastic job they've done. Obviously it's still drying out, that's why it looks a bit patchy, but trust me, the finish is first class. The other bay, the reveals around the doors, absolutely first class job. And even simple things like making sure all the sockets were properly tidy, because what you don't want is the electrician hacking it out, causing it to chip and crack. So simple things like that is actually really, really important. So a big thank you to Pete from Adams Plastering Solutions. What a fantastic job, and look how clean they've left the site as well. That's really good to see tradespeople taking pride in their work. So big thanks to Pete. Fantastic job for what they've done. So that's how we've done it. So there you have it, guys. That's all the ceilings plastered, the walls wet plastered and skin plastered, and what a fantastic job. So a massive thank you again to Pete and Luke from Adams Plastering Solutions for a brilliant job that they've done. You might think, why bother plastering the walls when you could have just painted the blocks? But to be honest, in the cost of it was about £2,000 materials and labour, which I think is really good. And in the scheme of things, it's going to make the garage look fantastic. But let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Check out the next video. We're actually going to be spray painting it, so that's going to be really interesting. I'm going to give that a go for the first time. But thanks again for watching. Stay tuned and we'll see you next time.